Good day everyone, I am Dominic Gilgor Manuel. In today's topic, we're going to do worded problems by using derivatives, the indefinite integral, and number 3 is to find the bounded area by the given curve. So these lessons will guide us to manipulate how this topic will work and how this will be manipulated. So we have problem for worded problem. Oil leaking from an underwater is creating a circular slick on the surface of the water. The slick is growing at the rate of 100 square feet per day. How fast is the radius of 20 feet? So, we need to find here the circular slick on the surface of the water. And the given here is the 100 square feet per day and the radius of 20 feet. So now, let's analyze the problem. So, in the first sentence, uh, in the problem said circular slick. So, which means if circular, we need to find the area of the circle. So, what's the area of the circle? The area of the circle is equals to pi r squared. So, that's the area of the circle and we need to manipulate the given values here. So, the 100 square feet per day, it will become the dA over dt. It's equals to 100 feet. No, sorry. Square feet per day. That's dA over dt. And our radius is equals to 20 feet. So in this given or in this hint, we can easily manipulate or how to determine the values of the given problem. So here we have dA over dt is equals to 2 pi r dr dt. So here we just rearrange it. So you have seen that the area here is pi r squared and below 2 pi r because the squared here moved to moved because of the arrangement. And then we need to also rearrange this by using dr over dt equals to dA over dt over 2 pi r. So substitute the values. Dr over dt is equals to the value of the d over dt, which is the 100 square feet per day over 2 pi r. 2 pi. So what's the value of the r here? It's 20 feet. So 20. So dr over dt is equals to 100 over 40 pi. So simplify this. Dr over dt is equals to 5 over 2 pi. Why? Because this 100 over 40 can be divisible by 20. So we need to just input the value of the 2 pi. Dr equals to 5 over the value of 2 pi is equals to 6.2832. So dr equals to dt. dr over dt is equals to 0. Approximately 0.796 feet per day. So therefore, the radius increasing fast at 0.796 per day. So let's dive to indefinite integral. But first, we evaluate the following indefinite integral. So assume that we have a problem. The integral of 3x squared minus 4x raised to negative 3 dx. So what we're going to do here is to rearrange the integral. So it will become equals to integral of 3x squared dx minus integral of 4x raised to negative 3 dx. And then move the constant term across the integral, that will implies that 3 integral of x squared dx minus 4 integral of x raised to negative 3 dx. So that's the simplified form of the integral, so that we can solve it or simplify it. So the next step is we're going to use the theory of integral. Theory becomes x raised to n dx is equals to xn become equals to x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c, where n is not equal to negative 1. So what we're going to do here is will become equals to 3 times x raised to 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 follow negative 4 x minus 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1 plus c. So simplify 3 times x cube over 3 minus 4 times x raised to negative 2 over negative 2 plus c. So simplify this, cancel, it will become x cube minus negative 4 divided by 2, it will become 2 positive 2. Copy the sign, x raised to negative 2 plus c. So this answer can be simplified as x cubed minus, because the exponent is negative, 2 plus x squared plus c. So this is the final answer. So let's have another equation. Another equation is integral of 2x raised to 4 plus this is 4 plus 1 over x cubed dx. So let's rearrange this. The technique here is to separate the different terms. So it will become to separate the different terms and make them as having a individual denominator. So this will becomes 2x raised to 4 x cubed plus don't forget the dx, integral of 1 over x cubed dx. So After that, simplify this by subtracting the exponents to subtracting the denominator to the numerator. So we simplify this. So 2x, if we transpose the x cubed to the numerator, it will become 2x dx plus, and we transpose this x cubed to the numerator, it will become x negative 3, because if you transpose x with exponent to the numerator, it will become negative dx. And then transpose the constant, 2x dx plus as is x negative 3 dx. And then we need to use the theorem. 2 times x. So assume that if your term doesn't have a exponent, assume that there is an imaginary 1 here. So that's why it will become 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus x negative 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1 plus c. Don't forget the c. So simplify this. 2 times x raised to 2 plus x negative 2 over negative 2 plus c. So cancel the copy the remaining x squared plus x negative 2 over negative 2 plus c. So we're going to rewrite this at this the same in the first equation. So it will become x squared minus, because it's negative 1 over 2x squared plus c. So here's the answer for the equation 2x raised to 4 plus 1 over x cubed dx. So let's try another problem. So the problem is cosine raised to 4x sine x dx. So we all know that this equation is so complicated. So what we are going to do here is we need to apply the u substitution. So we need to let u become the complicated equation here. So we let u is equals to what's a complicated term here, or the equation in the equation, the cosine. So let u as a cosine x. Do not get confused on the exponent. So let the exponent be just there, and du is equals to, the du here is the derivative of the u, which is the cosine x. So the derivative of the cosine is negative sine x dx. So here in the du, we need to satisfy the another term here, the sine x dx. We need to catch that in the du. So here in the du it's a negative sign, so that's why we need to simplify this, or multiply this to negative, so that it will become negative du is equals to sine x dx. So right now we satisfy the sine dx to the sine dx in the equation. So that's why we can input now the proper value. So the integral is equals to negative because it's negative. So u, copy the exponent, which is the 4 du. So it's equals to negative u 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 plus c. And simplify, negative u 5 over 5 plus c. So the simplified term is negative 1 over 5. And what's our u? Our u is the cosine x. That's right. That's why we need to copy the cosine raised to 5 x plus c. So therefore, integral of cosine 4 x sine x dx is equals to negative 1 over 5 cosine raised to 5x plus. So since we have tackled the indefinite integral, so now let's dive on the definite integrals. So the difference between the indefinite and the indefinite has no exact value, while the indefinite has exact value. And the indefinite and definite integrals, have a lower and upper boundary. So let's have an example. Integral of 3 0 2 minus y dy. So don't get confused on the lower and upper boundary because we will gonna deal that later. So let's focus on our equation. Let's rearrange that. It equals to integral of 2 dy minus integral of y dy. So suppose that this is a constant, so 2y minus y plus 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus c equals to 2y minus y squared over 2, so plus c. So we have a equation our equation 2y minus y squared over 2 plus c. So now let's use that equation to equate the lower and upper boundary. So 2y minus y squared over 2 has a boundary of 3 and 0. So first we will gonna deal with 3. So 2 of 3 is equals to, you just need to substitute the terms. So 2 3 minus 3 squared over 2, so it equals to 6 minus 9 over 2. So 2 of 3 is equals to 3 over 2. So this is the value of the upper boundary. So now we're gonna solve the lower boundary. So 2y, 2 of 0 is equals to 2, 0 minus 0 squared over 2 over 2. So equals to 0 minus 0 over 2, 0. So now let's subtract the value of the upper and the lower boundary. So the value of upper boundary is 3 over 2 minus the lower boundary 0. So the answer of our equation is 3 over 2. So this is the value of the equation integral of have upper boundary 3, 0, and 2 minus y dy. Okay, since we had completed the definite and indefinite integral, so now we need let's dive to the last topic by finding the area bounded by the given curve. So say for example, y is equals to square root of x with a coordinate of 0 and 9. So that's the given. So therefore, we have now an area because the area is this coordinate. So the area will become, the equation will become, the area will become integral of 9 and 0 square root of x dx. So that's the form or simplified if we have given coordinate and our y is equals to square root of x. So we need to apply the power rule here. So let's simplify first. Square root of x is equals to x of 1/2 because it's equivalent to x raised to 1/2. So therefore, applying it, 9, 9, 0 square root of x dx is equals to x 1/2 dx. So now, let's apply the power rule. So square root of integral of x raised to 1/2 dx is equals to x 1/2 plus 1 over 1/2 plus 1 plus c equals to x raised to 1/2. Sorry. X 1/2 plus 1 is 3 over 2. So 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 plus c. So we can simplify this as this denominator become our it will arrange here. So 2 over 3, this will, the reciprocal of the denominator, 2 over 3 x raised to 3 over 2. So this is our equation. So since we have our equation, we can derive this to our lower and upper boundary. So 2 over 3 x 3 raised to 3 over 2, we have 9 and 0. So f of 9 is equals to 2 over 3 times 9 raised to 3 over 2. So we can simplify it to become 2 over 3 9 1/2 cube. Nine, because the 1/2 of 9 is 3. 2 over 3 times 27. So f of 9 is equals to 18. So the f of 0. So f of 0. So let's subtract it. F of 9 minus f of 0. So 18 minus 0 equals to 18. So therefore the area bounded by the curve is 18 square units. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have learned something today.